Hey, check out the Moms Play Boys. I'm back in this video. I'm reacting to another Kevin Samuels video. And this video is titled 31-year-old single mom still thinks a high value man will marry her. All right, perfect. Before we get into the video, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel. Channel's blowing up. We're trying to go like this to 10,000 subscribers. So help us get there by subscribing right now. All right. And make sure you give us a super thanks if you like this video. And if you want to see me do live videos, please comment below on the days you think a live video will be best. Right? Let's get right into it.
Hey, Candace, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hey, I figured,
Hey,
if I was okay to pop up again because we're
yeah,
in
yeah, go ahead. It's
overtime.
overtime.
Okay,
Overtime.
cool.
What do you got?
So, sorry, I was on my phone just now.
No
I don't
problem.
want to be that person that wasn't paying attention.
Hmm.
But what the woman was last talking about, I believe, about getting married. No, wait, what was the subject? I'm sorry.
Well, it's overtime, so we're talking about whatever questions that come up. It's
Okay,
overtime.
well, I mean, I'm 31. I would like to get married.
Okay.
I do have a child, so I do have one count against me.
I thought you were on last show, right?
Yes.
I thought you
Well,
were. I
earlier.
thought I thought you were married.
No. I was on earlier, the beginning of this show.
Hmm. Is is it? That's why I make these people do what they. That's why I make them show their hand before they go home. So go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, I've never been married. I am currently like in a dating field, dating
Hmm.
people, meeting people, but hopefully like soon,
You said
me
you
and the
do
right
have a
one
child
find
though.
each other. I do, yes.
Okay. I don't know how I missed it because I thought you said you were married, but okay. You're in Atlanta.
No. Yes,
Okay. So how old is your child?
she is 6. Her
Ooh.
name's
Mm,
Kona.
okay. Why didn't you marry the dad?
Mm.
I mean, her dad did not get married because we had a lot of issues dealing with infidelity, lying, cheating, the typical.
How
But we
much
did
lying and
do.
cheating were you doing?
It wasn't me, it was her dad. We met maybe at like 22, he was 23. So we were very young. And so we did go back and forth at the dating and trying to work it out. But when we got to the last straw, we did have a serious conversation of like, okay, like, how can we make this work? You know? But he really felt like he wanted me to be with someone who wanted the same things that I wanted because he just didn't want the same thing. We just didn't want the same
So I got to
things.
ask the question then: why have the child?
Mm.
So that's an interesting story.
You got
And
to
it
shorten. You got to
actually,
shorten it up though, because this is going to come
okay.
up over and over again. Because I think you ladies need to understand:
So we were
men are.
very young while we were together, and we had that puppy
You got.
love, and
Hold on. Hold on.
we
Hold on.
both
Hold on.
agreed to
Hold
make a
on. Hold on. Hold on.
child.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. You got pregnant at what age?
23.
You're
23.
not, you're not young. Young is 14. You're an adult.
Well, yes, absolutely.
So you ladies are gonna have to understand that men today are not accepting these things that my generation accepted. They're wanting to know why you didn't marry the father, and they're listening to see what your answers are. And the answers you typically give as women are insufficient. I was young. That automatically cancels most of you out because they're like, she's making excuses. Men want to hear strict accountability because what you're really looking for is not a husband. You're looking for a stepfather.
Yeah.
And that's a shitty deal for most men. All liability, no asset. So I'm gonna be real. You women with children have to overcome a lot and oversell themselves and make themselves such a good deal that a man needs to take a risk on you.
Mm.
All of you. And I don't think anybody has to just want to tell you guys that up front because it's just politically incorrect.
The step that we both took was very backwards. And I did ask my question of marriage, and he wasn't sure, but he was sure he wanted to have a baby with me. Obviously, that's not the right way to go with it. I learned my
So you
lesson.
guys got so you guys had a you so you didn't get pregnant accidentally. You did it on purpose.
We agreed we wanted to procreate and make a child.
Oh well,
Wow.
But for me, my
you're screwed.
Wow.
common sense thing was like, well, are we going to get married first?
You screwed. You
Mm.
screwed.
but I learned something from that. Definitely
I'm
learned
just be
something from
honest,
that.
man. I'll be honest. I'm being honest. You gonna tell some man, oh yeah, I purposely got pregnant outside of marriage
Woo.
to the
We
okay.
did.
Let me back up. I'm being a little hyperbolic. Do you want to have any more kids?
I
You want
would
to have any
like
more?
to have one more, but if I don't, I will be okay.
Wait, Kevin, hold on. What's wrong with her baby daddy though? She just said they were young, that's why they had a kid. But what's the issue? Why is he not worth marrying, or he has no intentions on marrying her? And that to me is a big red flag because look, having a kid is a bigger responsibility than getting married. I want people to understand that. You get married, and marriage could be lifelong, but it doesn't have to be. You can get a divorce, but kids are forever. So people put in the cart before the horse. It doesn't make sense. So why did he not want to marry you? Should be the question. In my opinion, Kevin should be asking her.
Okay with that. Because
All
kids
right.
are a lot of work
Yep.
mentally.
So what percentage of the family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for your entire lifetime?
Hmm.
Honestly, I'm a hard worker. I wouldn't mind working 50-50, but if my husband wanted me to stay at home, be a stay-at-home mom, maybe 20%.
I asked you a specific question.
20%. 20%.
You want to just have to be responsible for 20%.
Yes.
So in other words, you want what most women want, a provider male. I mean,
Absolutely.
okay, and you got to understand that these men are in short supply. They're limited. And as a woman with a child, who you say I married, I knew full well I was getting pregnant on purpose outside of marriage, a guy's gonna have to look at you like you crazy. Most of them. They may not say it, but they're gonna be like,
Yeah.
"Why'd you do that?" Because the kind of man you're talking
I
about.
really thought we was going to get married one day. I really
Okay,
did.
no, but that's not. But that's no. If you really thought you was gonna get married, you should have waited. See, that's what I'm saying.
I should have. I should have.
Well, but see, okay, um, because the kind of man you're talking about to provide a lifestyle for, because a man would want his own children. How much money do you think that man's going to need to make to provide for a family of four?
Hmm.
Probably between 80,000 to 100,000 living
And
in
what
Atlanta.
80,000, man? No,
You know?
no. $80,000. $80,000 is comfortable for one person, for one single adult in Atlanta.
Hmm.
For a family of three, and a wife who's not responsible for more than 10%. Talk about a man making around 300 to 350. So for two, you're talking $250,000. I mean, let me give you an example. What do you do for a living?
I'm a hairstylist.
All right. Whatever you make, he'd have to replace your income plus provide for two children.
Right.
What your kid doing up at 1 o'clock in the morning?
He's supposed to be asleep.
Mom, I need your help to spell spring down in my game.
Well, I'm on a phone call. Thank you.
How old is that boy? How old is that boy?
Girl.
Girl?
Girl. She's
How,
6.
at 1 o'clock in the morning?
She was supposed to be asleep. She just graduated from kindergarten. I let her stay up late last night, but
Okay. All right. Okay. I don't know. I'd have been terrified to come to my mama's house, my mama's room at 1 o'clock in the morning.
well, I can't do what I would like to do right now on camera, but
I'm just saying. If I at 1 o'clock in the morning, I would have been making no noise
he
because
can
I'd have been
hear
like,
you
"Oh
go
my
to
God,
bed.
she can't
You're
know that I'm
embarrassing mom.
awake."
Go to bed now.
Mommy, I need you to spell something. Can you spell? I need to go to my friend's party.
Get it under control, mama. It's not a good look.
I know. Not a good look, Kona. Go on the room.
Please spell it.
Do you want to see your friend tomorrow?
I do.
Okay, go in the room.
No,
She's 6.
All right, I'm gonna use this
Hmm.
as a teaching lesson.
Clearly.
Okay, I'm listening.
Your 6-year-old has no fear of you. So
At times.
No, at all.
just listen, man. I just need you. There's no way in hell I would have got up at 1 o'clock in the morning as a child and let my mother know I was even awake. because I
I
know I'd
agree.
be in trouble, much less come into the room unannounced, start making demands. And then, when told to go do something, back talk.
Refuse. Yeah.
I'm working on that. I'm working on
So
that.
I need you, and this is what I mean. You ladies need to understand. That's your child. That that a man coming into that would have no authority, no more authority than you do. That's why most men are like, I'm not gonna do that. She can't get that thing under control. And I,
And look, she might be a lovely lady. She's attractive. I get it. I get it. But this is the issue with single moms. You guys raise disrespectful, often not all the time, disrespectful kids that would challenge you because they know you guys are pushovers. And the woman gets stressed, and let me guess, she's gonna get mad. She's probably gonna beat that child after she get off this live stream with Kevin Samuels. But ultimately, it just shows a lack of control in her household. So why would a man want to get involved in this? If this girl, she's pushing back against her mom, it's possible in our minds that she could lie to get what she wants. She's gonna she's gonna misbehave to get what she wants. She's one of these little girls that could probably say, "Oh, someone touched her and no one touched her." This is the stuff that people got to be scared about. But single moms think that doesn't matter. I'm pretty. A man's gonna take me and all my problems and help me raise another man's kids. No, no, we not.
I get it. You're on camera, this and
I'm
that.
trying.
But what I'm saying,
I
and
know.
but okay, what am I saying?
You're asking me what are you saying?
Yeah, because I keep
Just
trying
so
to
you know.
say what I'm saying. You keep saying,
Basically, basically, like if a man will have to come into the situation and have to either he won't really have a lot of say over her. I would allow him to have say over that because he would be a parent in the household, but it would be a lot to come into. Now her father is still in her life. He spends time with her. He gets his visitation, sees her every week. Both grandparents on both sides, but it would be considered a little bit of a baggage to come into.
A
a
little
little
bit,
bit.
a little bit.
No, a lot.
That's a lot.
A lot because he
This
has
is
a
why. This is
choice.
why I need you
You either
ladies to
come into it or
understand that
not.
I need you ladies to understand that your children are your children, but a man that is a liability because I'm listening at it from a man's side, and I'm sitting here looking. I'm like, why is this kid up at 1 o'clock in the morning? Why is this kid making this? And why are you negotiating? Why don't you? Why does this kid even feel like he should be able to talk to you at 1 o'clock in the morning without the fear of God being fire being slapped out of their mouth? Why are they talking back? And then why don't they walk out pouting without? It's like that's how men think. We are
I'm
disciplined
working
first.
on that. I'll be honest
But
with you. I don't let her run the house.
Yes, you
You
do.
have kids, you understand.
No, no, no. They start when they're young, and women, they don't know how to get structure out of children. After the age of 3, women, you don't want women to be the leading or primary parent for a child. 3 and below, cool. Above 3, you're gonna get stuff like this. And then what's she gonna say? I'm trying, I'm trying. It's already that child's personality is set. It's set already. So now everything you do now, you either gonna meet the child's expectations or you don't. And she's just clearly not meeting the child's expectations. The child looking like, mine, I should be able to do this. How come this is not working? Me, I'm agreeing with Kevin. I've never done this. I've actually never had the luxury, and I've lived with my parents. I've never had the luxury of just walking in my parents' room and poking at them. I've never done that. From small to big, I've never done that. And I'm a boy, so you would think a boy would be more rebellious than that. I've never done that. I've done my share of bad stuff as a kid, trying to, push the boundaries, but I never pushed my parents like that. So that to me shows poor leadership, and it's not to be surprised because women they're not built for leadership. They're built for being understanding and empathetic, and that's great, but children need structure.
And like I'm
I
working
understand, and
with
my
that.
daughter didn't do that.
It's an everyday thing.
No, I understand, and my daughter didn't do that. Not with me. She tried it. She did it with her mom. She did it with me. She didn't do it that didn't happen
And I
because
and I
it's
always think
different.
about
It's
that. Like if
different, and it's different because uh,
You're
it's
looking
at
for
a
a husband.
teaching moment. A teaching moment, and that's what I'm saying. You may not like how I'm saying it, and you're saying I'm working on it, whatever. But what I'm saying is, I'm a man in the public. I'm telling you, men are auditioning for stepfathers, and if that's what's already going on, it's like, okay, cool, we can kick it. But most people aren't gonna want to even deal with that. That's why most men just go with the one with no kids, because that's not even in there. Working on it, not working on it. your best efforts, whatever. Like you said, her father's in her life. That's another man a man has to deal with. I've had to deal with another man regarding the kid, and it's not a good thing. I don't think you ladies understand how much of a you're asking for most men. That's why I'm not marrying the man you have a baby with. Is so problematic.
Trust me, we really tried,
I
and it
get
just
it.
wasn't gonna work.
Okay, so let's keep on.
Hmm.
Um, you don't want to have to pay more than 20% of the bills. You're gonna be looking for a man that's earning the top 10% of earners. No matter how we slice it, you're still looking for the top 10% of men.
I
That's
will
not.
be okay with paying 50-50, like doing that. But if he
Hmm.
is someone that wanted me to stay home with the kids, cool. Now,
Okay,
my industry that I'm
but
in,
yeah, but paying 50-50. Um, but what does the average black man, make in America?
like I think between like 50, 40 or 50,000, I believe.
That's
I
a
heard
big
you say
range.
before.
That's a big range. What do you think it
It's
is?
39 for men.
I would think it's 40 if I look at my father
Yeah.
or
Mm-hmm.
the men that I know.
40,500. Do you make more than that?
I'm around 40.
All right. So you guys are, if you're both earning that, you both have to work, and then another kid come into that. Um, you know, I would say that it'll be more likely to get a guy who's 50-50 because higher earning men just have standards. They have standards they're not going to budge on. Now, when it comes to marriage, there's a lot of stuff men will say to date and to have sex. When it comes to wives, it's pretty strict.
And I'm
Uh,
not saying I'm going for a high value man per se, but
mhm.
you know,
I get it. I get it. But what I'm saying is that have you ever dated um, you know, I would just say that you probably have better luck with somebody who's going to be more flexible on household standards. High earners, high achievers, guys who are making $70,000, $80,000 a year, they know they're in the top 15% of men. They know that, and
mm-hmm.
they can actually, they have their pick. And here's the reality: just like a woman who's 25 years old, who's hot, attractive, has her pick of the litter of men. Men who are in the top earners have their pick of the litter of women. So, you know,
Absolutely.
I would just say
I guess more of my question is like, how do I go about in the dating scene? Like,
well,
I
and I
guess
was
I'm
about to get to
considered to
this.
be in the danger zone.
How you
Okay.
go about that is you have to. The first thing you're going to have to explain is how your child is not going to be a liability to any man. That's why I focus so much on what happened with your daughter. You got to be able to
I
explain
know.
why that
It
is.
was just like she came in here. I said,
But
"Oh
that's
my
the
God."
reality. Okay, and my actual answer, ma'am, is that won't work with any a man. The kind of man I'm talking about, high value or average, that won't work.
Mm.
You got to get that to be somebody, a man's wife. The kind of man we're talking about. I'm even talking about average earning men. Because, yeah,
The volume went down.
you have to get that under control.
And it's unlikely that she could get it under control. It just like I said, people have the software necessary to do what they're designed to do. Women have the software to do what they're designed to do. Rare children, right? And men, we have the software what we're designed to do. Lead, right? Adults, children, the like, all that. So this idea that she's gonna get a high value man, she's hoping on a star. She's wishing on a moon. It's unlikely, man. Unless he's a sucker, and I get it. You want your looks to make up for the fact that you got a child, but there's beautiful women that don't have any children. I don't know why women don't see that. So she got to ask herself, are you really in the top 10% of women? And if you're not, it's hard to be able to secure a man like that when you're not in the top 10% of women, because you're going to be competing with the top 10% of women. Women that look just as good as you, here's even worse, even better than you, with no children. right? And so the man comes into the situation where he's not second to someone else, especially another man's child. No man of high value wants to come in second place to another man's child. We'll come in second place to our children. I'll be number 2 to my children. But I don't want to be number 2 to someone else's children. And that means I won't deal with you. Because I understand as a mom, you got to put your child first. I understand that, you know? And listen, there's a lot of wonderful things. I don't want to, a lot of times I do these videos and people think, damn, they're bashing single moms. I don't got no issue with single moms, right? I have no issue with it. I know a ton of single moms. My dad was a single father. I know a ton of single parents in general. But the reality of it is this. Just because you are a nice person, decent person, doesn't mean someone wants to inherit what you got going on. I need people to really understand that. Just because you're a nice person, a good person, doesn't mean people want to inherit your drama. They don't. Because what's in it for them, right? Especially when there's another person without any of that baggage.
And it can be something you're working on. Great. When it's worked out, then get back out into the dating market.
The volume, I think, went down.
Hello?
For some reason.
I'm still. The volume went down.
It changed to your MacBook, I think. I can hear you, but it's very faint.
Don't know what's going on.
Okay, you're back. You're back.
What I'm saying is ultimately, man, it could be something you're working on, but that needs to be addressed. Your house with your daughter is gonna have to be stable and under control for the kind of men I'm talking about. That's first before her stepfather. Because I'm just telling you from what I hear from most men, But
right.
And that may not be what you want to hear, but
I'm listening. I'm taking notes. I've dated and been dating, but when it comes down to like when we have that first date or second date, it's like, what are you looking for?
Mm-hmm.
Are they really ready looking for marriage? And some of them weren't, some of them were,
right.
But we dated for a couple times, and it's just I get that it's not about love all the time. But
do you date men with children?
I do.
Yeah. I would say that would be the first thing you want to start doing is dealing with men with kids. Because men with kids tend to be a little bit more
flexible.
Mm-hmm. A little more flexible, more realistic. But yeah. All right. All the best, man. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, we're gonna stop it there. Kevin Samuels with the video. Another single mom. Another drama. She was a lovely lady. She was well behaved. And it's sad that she has this baggage that prohibits her from possibly getting the kind of man she could possibly attract. Like I said, she has the look. She just has a lot of baggage with it. All right, like this video, subscribe to the channel. Channel is blowing up. We're trying to go like this to 10,000 subs. All right. So like the video, subscribe to the channel. And also, we have channel memberships now. So please, if you want to be a member of the channel, there's a lot of perks to being a member of the channels. I have a Discord for the top channel members. We can talk discussions. I give YouTube advice. I help people get their channel monetized, all that good stuff. So just subscribe to my memberships to get a part of the Discord and get a part of some of the channel benefits. So you get videos, the whole nine. All right. Until next time, people, Playboys, I'm out.